Recent data from Opportunity Insights might surprise you. Led by economists, including Raj Chetty of Harvard, this it merges college attendance records with federal income tax data to explore the link between parental income and college attendance. The key findings reveal a significant role of family income in college admissions, especially at selective private colleges. Now, let's delve into the differences between selective private colleges and flagship public colleges. Selective private colleges see a higher attendance from students hailing from the top 1% income bracket, unlike their peers from other income brackets. On the flip side, flagship public colleges welcome students from a variety of income backgrounds, maintaining similar attendance rates. Factors such as legacy admissions, athletic recruitments, and a preference for students from private feeder high schools drive this disparity at selective private colleges. While private colleges favor wealthier students, public colleges present a more equitable picture. What about those Ivy League institutions we all dream about? Let's see how family income plays out there. It turns out the most elite private colleges, including those Ivy Leagues, have a significant advantage for students from wealthy families. They're admitted at much higher rates compared to their lower income counterparts, even when they have similar test scores. The lack of socioeconomic diversity is stark, with fewer resources dedicated to recruiting high-achieving students from low-income families. It seems the hallowed halls of Ivy League schools are more accessible to those with thicker wallets. So, what does all this mean for college admissions? Well, we see significant disparities, especially in selective private colleges where wealthier students have the upper hand. Public flagship colleges, however, tend to be more equitable, opening doors to a diverse range of students. Of course, there are exceptions and the possibility of policy changes that could alter these trends. It's clear that the playing field is far from level, but with awareness and potential policy changes, we can hope for a more equitable future in college admissions. Let's shift gears and talk about scholarships and financial aid. While it's true that family income can influence college admissions, there are mechanisms in place designed to level the playing field. Many colleges, particularly those with large endowments, offer need-based scholarships to students from low-income families. This can significantly reduce the financial burden and allow these students to compete on a more equal footing. But here's the catch. The process of applying for these scholarships and financial aid can often be complex and daunting, posing yet another barrier for those who need it the most. Scholarships and financial aid can be a game changer, but it's clear that we need to simplify the process to ensure that they are accessible to all who need them. Now, how do test scores factor into this equation? High test scores can undeniably increase a student's chances of admission. Schools often use these scores as a measure of a student's academic ability, but here's where the income disparity creeps in again. Wealthier students often have access to better test prep resources. They can afford private tutors, prep courses, and multiple attempts to take these tests. This is an advantage that many lower-income students simply don't have. Some would argue that this creates another layer of income disparity in college admissions. And while colleges are becoming more test-optional in their admissions, the influence of test scores cannot be completely ruled out. Test scores are important, but they're not the whole story. They're just one piece in a much larger puzzle of college admissions, a puzzle that is often heavily influenced by family income. But what about the role of high school resources? Let's take a look at that. High schools in wealthier areas often have better resources for college preparation. This includes access to advanced courses, dedicated college counselors, and a variety of extracurricular opportunities. Now, imagine being a student from a lower income area. These schools often lack the same level of resources. To put it simply, many students don't have access to the same quality of education or college preparation. They may not have access to advanced courses, or perhaps there's only one college counselor for hundreds of students. And let's not forget about extracurricular opportunities. These are often fewer and far between in lower income schools. This disparity in high school resources only widens the gap in college admissions. The resources available at a student's high school can significantly impact their college admissions journey, and once again we see how family income plays a pivotal role. It's clear that the road to college is not the same for everyone, and it's important that we acknowledge and address these disparities. So where do we go from here? The disparities in college admissions based on family income are real, and they are significant. It's not just about the cost of tuition, but the resources available to students during their high school years that can greatly impact their college journey. This is a complex issue, but it's one that we need to continue raising awareness about. What can we do? First, policy changes are needed. Simplifying the financial aid process and making it more accessible for low-income families can be a step in the right direction. We also need to find ways to increase resources for students in lower-income schools, whether that's through funding for more advanced courses, more college counselors, or more extracurricular opportunities. But it's not just on policymakers. As a society, we need to recognize these disparities and work towards leveling the playing field. Everyone deserves a fair shot at higher education, regardless of their family's income. Let's work together to create a more equitable future in college admissions.